Good morning, folks. And it looks like Ubisoft had a successful conference yesterday called Ubisoft Forward, where they announced some of their products and some updates to their existing games. So Far Cry 6, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Watch Dogs Legion, which is coming out in October, something called Hyperscape, and there's all sorts of information on that on this website at ubisoft.com if you want to check it out or if you want to watch the videos, which is cool. Unfortunately, days before, there was a strange announcement of a series of people in Ubisoft, Paris, Montreal, and Toronto that either got fired or stepped down. They have an official announcement they made. Serge Hascoët, I don't know how to pronounce these names, and Yanis Malat. So these are the Chief Creative Officer and the Managing Director. And this is the Managing Director at Ubisoft Canadian Studios. We have studios all throughout Canada, primarily in Montreal and Toronto. This is kind of a strange, big thing in the game industry. Whenever we talk about the game industry in Canada, it usually defaults to Ubisoft or Rockstar or other big companies like that. So for Jason Schreider to say this on July 11th, Serge Hascoët, the most powerful creative force at their company and the man at the center of the multiple recent allegations involving abuse and abating abusers, is resigning. So, very strange thing to hear, that we have all these people that have either quit or been fired. So two other executives, Serge Hascoët and Cécile Cornet, who serve as the company's global head of human relations. The announcement comes in the wake of a series of allegations made throughout the company of sexist behavior, abuse of power, and harassment. So how does this equate to Ubisoft Toronto and Montreal? We don't know exactly. But apparently, Maxime Belland had resigned, and the Toronto vice president and another unidentified employee in Toronto as well was fired. So all these layoffs and people stepping down as a series of allegations were made. And this is apparently what caused this stock price to happen on the Paris market on Friday as well as today, which is not relevant if you look at their actual price and how they've been doing over the months and the years. It's just like whoop-de-doo. It's a blip. Doesn't make a difference. People are still going to read into that, of course. No, bad news is always bad news. So we may just see the product lineup saying, hey, we're finally getting Legion. Far Cry 6 seems interesting. I'm not too excited for Valhalla. I think that's going to be a little bit of a waste. To me, it kind of feels like trying to ride the coattails of God of War. But maybe it'll be a fantastic game. I'm not too impressed. They have to get around the whole violence issue and what is a historical interpretation of Vikings during that time within, of course, the Assassin's Creed world of assassins and Templars. All good fiction stuff. But what a strange thing to have with the CCO and all these other people resigning or being fired over these allegations about toxic behavior and sexual behavior as well. But I thought that was interesting. Not sure what's going to happen to the rest of the Canadian game companies this year, or in Europe for that matter. But I'm curious to see what happens to their products. These are beloved products or product lines. I think there's about 20 of these games now for Assassin's Creed. Far Cry, we're on number 6. And Watch Dogs Legions, I guess the Watch Dogs games are getting better as they go, at least from the first one. But anyway, thanks for listening. Have yourself a great day.